Hey guys, owing to the current outbreak of coronavirus or COVID-19 in our country, it has been advised that we socially distance ourselves from others and stay at home and work from home, and which is what we've been doing here at Mr. Phone as well. It's actually very important to flatten the curve at the moment. Now, if you don't know what flatten the curve means, I have a link to a very good video in the description below from an expert. We are not experts, so you have to see the experts to understand what flattening the curve actually means and why that is important and the need of the hour at the moment. Now, as for us here at Mr. Phone, we're going to have slight glitches with programming. So we decided to come up with a daily news series where I come and give you guys an update on whatever is happening in the world of technology so that you guys can at least stay abreast of all the information. So without wasting any more time, hi, I'm Ershad. I'm at home. I hope you guys are too, unless of course you're working for some essential service. Let's get this video started. But before we move on, don't forget to hit that red subscribe button and the bell icon right next to it to get notified whenever Mr. Phone puts out an awesome new tech video. So for the very first news story, let's talk about Vivo. Vivo has indefinitely delayed the launch of its Vivo V19 smartphone, considering that logistics could be a problem, considering a lot of factors could be an issue, and it makes sense in these scenarios to not launch a phone at the moment. But apart from that, the most important thing out here is that Vivo is actually working with the government for relief efforts. Now what that means is that Vivo is actually going to be working with authorities in the Indian government to actually figure out a way to procure N95 and surgical masks for health workers out here. I think that's a very good move by Vivo. What do you guys think? Do let me know in the comment section below. But apart from Vivo, there are quite a few other brands also doing the same thing. For example, Xiaomi is doing the same thing, and a lot of the production facilities across India have also been halted at the moment. For example, Vivo's very own production in Noida has been halted at the moment. A lot of brands are of course doing different things towards the relief efforts, but today it was Vivo's turn, and Vivo actually is going to help the government out with surgical masks and N95 masks. Now the second news story is also coronavirus related, where Jio is actually giving away extra data plus 10 Mbps of free connection to wherever it is geographically possible. Now the most important thing to note out here is that Jio's idea is to actually ensure that you have a stress-free work from home experience whenever you're at home. So what you need to do is actually figure out if you can get Jio Fiber installed at your location, and Jio will get that done for you. Most importantly, it will be free of cost without any service charge, plus the router will be on a refundable basis, and of course you will get 10 Mbps of free connection. Now this is only for new users. For existing users, you definitely get double data now, so that's definitely an advantage. So what do you guys think of Jio's new initiative? Do let me know in the comment section below. Now for the third story, we are moving away from coronavirus specific updates. The Redmi K30 Pro and the K30 Pro Zoom have finally launched in China. And now this is definitely the most important launch story, because these phones could come to India under the Poco moniker like we've seen. For example, the Redmi K30, which was launched in China, was launched as the Poco X2 here in India. Now these are important phones from even India's perspective, as and when, whenever the lockdown gets over and a lot of people get back to work again and Xiaomi decides to launch phones, the Redmi K30 Pro will be a very important phone, primarily because the Redmi K30 was launched in India as Poco X2, and the Redmi K30 Pro could very well be the Poco F2. Now, the Redmi K30 Pro has been launched in China starting at around 32,500 rupees, which is of course converted prices from yuan, and the K30 Pro Zoom starts at around 42,000 rupees. Now, if you guys want to see all the specs and all the details of the Redmi K30 Pro, don't forget to hit the link in the description below. There is an entire story out for you. But from what I see, the K30 Pro is a heavy phone. It's 218 grams, at least with respect to specs. Plus you get quad camera setup on both the K30 Pro and the K30 Pro Zoom. The only difference between the two phones is the fact that the macro camera on the K30 Pro has been replaced for a telephoto camera. And now most importantly, the K30 Pro comes with a primary 64 megapixel Sony IMX686 sensor, and on the front you get a pop-up selfie camera, which is a 20 megapixel selfie camera. Now this is what makes the phone heavy, I'm presuming, plus also the fact that there is Snapdragon 865 inside, and the display on the front is a 6.67 inch AMOLED panel The only disappointment is that it is a 60 Hz panel, but apart from that, the internal specs are really good. Now on the 6GB 128GB base variant of the K30 Pro, you get only LPDDR4 RAM, which is LPDDR5 on the other variants. Plus you also get UFS 3.0 storage instead of UFS 3.1 on the other variants. Now what do you guys think of the Redmi K30 Pro? Looks like a very interesting device. Plus I really like the design, which has the circular camera cutout. What do you guys think? Do let me know in the comment section below. Now the final story of the day is about the OnePlus 8 series. The most important thing to note out here is that this time it could not just be a OnePlus 8 and OnePlus 8 Pro. There's also rumored to be a OnePlus 8 Lite, which should be very interesting to see. But OnePlus series is going to be all out 5G, which is being confirmed by OnePlus already, and it's also going to be more expensive this year. So the leak is about the OnePlus 8 Pro. It just confirms a few things that were already confirmed in the earlier Robert Downey Jr. Leak that happened. The OnePlus 8 Pro is going to come without a pop-up selfie camera, and it's going to have a punch hole display on the front. And in the same leak, you can see a triple camera setup on the rear. So it's basically just a leak about the design. But I think a few things that we are 100% sure that that's what's going to happen is that it's going to come with Snapdragon 865, probably UFS 3.1 storage, LPDDR5 RAM, of course 5G support as well. And I'm also presuming the Sony IMX686 sensor. So the triple camera setup should be like a regular wide and ultra wide and a telephoto. I think the same 3x optical zoom, or maybe even upgraded to 5x. That could be really fun to check. But I'm sure that it won't be a periscope zoom. It doesn't look similar to what the Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra looks with the periscope zoom. So it's going to be not going to be a periscope zoom in my opinion. But most importantly, it could get delayed in my opinion, considering the current lockdown scenario all over the world. So let's wait and watch what's the status going to be like. So alright, that was our very first news update. I hope you guys liked it. If you liked it, do give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon right next to it to get notified whenever we put out such a news update. And let us know if you guys like these kind of news updates. This is easier for us to make right now, so we're going to do that for at the moment. Until next time, this is Ershad from Mr. Phone signing off. Goodbye and Godspeed, my friends.